Hey y'all, it's me editing. Uh, I hope you guys like the video, and um, uh, yeah. Um, Hello, welcome to my video. It's me, number one Melusine fan. Not Rora and Mila aren't here today. But today I am farming for Fontaine and showing you some tips and tricks that you should do for farming. There are some big tips that you should do in here. First off, make sure to always do your commissions, and make sure to always go and talk to Catherine after you are done with your commissions. Make sure to try and do the spiral abyss. It's really hard for me, but you'll get through it. I know you can. But so first off, if you want to get a bunch of the purple books, I've been saving them up because I used to spend them when I was low AR and I didn't know. But now I have not so much, but I have a lot, and so you try and get your representation level up. I don't really do that often because it's not part of my routine, but try, and especially try to, if you go over here, she will give you some she'll give you some stuff, and she'll give you some stuff to fight, and it'll give you a representation level, and it's really helpful. And if you really want to get your level up, you should definitely do the bounties. Where do you think it is? Oh, there's a chest. Make sure to always collect chests too. I'm gonna go collect that. No, you don't see me, Charles. And if you are wondering what sigils do, sigils are really helpful. You can buy a bunch of useful things from shops in any place in Teyvat, and if you're new in Inazuma, you can, if there's a guy, and so if you give him, if you give him 3 conches for a week, then you can get a free bow, pretty much, which is really helpful. And when you're fighting a hill turtle with a shield that and you don't have pyro on it, and there's a pyro hill turtle, just let the hill turtle do its job. It's really helpful. Oh, and by the way, who are you saving for in Fontaine? If you've seen the leaks, if you haven't seen the leaks, I'll show you it, but I'll add a spoiler warning, so if you can just skip that. Huh? Is that not it? What? This is embarrassing. Okay. Anyways, it's a oh, is that another chest? And make sure to look for a bunch of chests. And if you now a really helpful thing you can do to get primos. For primos, you can definitely do these. They'll give you 40 primos, and when you get to a higher AR level, they are much easier. And so you could just save them for characters that you want to wish for, like I was doing. And so I have it's finally time for me to pull for Folklores in 4.2. And so yeah. Oh, by the way, what do you think about if more DPS story? Because we will be doing more DPS story soon. Hello, welcome. We're in the video, but I just wanted to show you some fontaine leaks. I'm gonna add a leak warning. Don't worry. And so first of all, here are the characters. The characters that I want are Vocaloids and Civigen. Civigen is really nice. I'll talk about the fontaine leaks in another video. But Aurora wants this one and this one. Mila wants this one, I'm pretty sure she said. And so, bye. And try and make your main really strong. And if you come on, if your main is a healer, that is okay. My main is a healer. Like, you can try to make them DPS like mine, but you can pretty much build them however you want. And so make sure to always try to dodge attacks, but I am not doing so good on that right now. But I don't really care because they're easy to fight. And if you need help with getting any domain, you could just do YouTube tutorials. They're really helpful. And you should also solve puzzles. Sorry, that's the air. Anyways, and if you're doing this domain like me, you should definitely at this part you could just like fling them off. It's really helpful. Don't try to fling yourself off, by the way. And please don't try to fling a hard off, like, don't try to fling things off when you are when you're doing something on a mountain, because sometimes they won't die, and instead they'll pretty much respawn with all of their health back, which is really bad. and make sure that you can kill them, because killing enemies is a really helpful part. And make sure to also ascend your characters. Ascending your characters really helps a lot. And make sure to focus a lot on builds. It can help you so much. It helped Midori already. And make sure to get good weapons too. And be careful when you're doing puzzles like this, because you can die, and sometimes all of your characters die from there. Like that, they'll take down your health and you won't have your bursts up anymore, which is super sad. I hate that. And when you're doing this domain, they can attack you from here when you are going over there, so please definitely be careful. It is super hard. And make sure to do a lot of your quests. Oop, I'm so what? Oh, I'm okay. Yeah. And if you want DPS builds, mostly focus on crit rate and crit damage, attack, and whatever the elemental, the vision it has. Make sure it also try to get some of the element damage bonuses in there. But if you don't have good luck like me, you can pretty much just try and find good artifacts. And if you're not too strong to do certain artifact domains, you can just match artifact. You can just match on the domains, which will give you which will allow other players to join your world and come and help you with the domain. It's very helpful, especially when you're low AR. But you also might get really better artifacts, because they might be really strong and can help you finish it quickly. And they can also focus on the teams and think about the team decision and the elemental reactions. Elemental reactions are super helpful. So make sure your team has elemental reactions. My team right now, it doesn't have any elemental reactions, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think it has any, sadly. Well, that's pretty much my fault, because I didn't think about it. And plus I'm doing a domain, and right before this video I was trying to do the domain, but then I had to go. And I really hope that you guys enjoy our videos, because we work super hard on them. The last video took us about 9 tries. I got a bunch of things set up for it. But yeah, it's super helpful. In what region are you most focused for to come out? Mine is definitely Fontaine. I've been waiting for Fontaine ever since I started playing in 1.2. And by the way, you don't have to take any of my advice. It's just tiny little tips. Because I am really bad at Genshin. I still have a lot of quests myself. It's okay. But but definitely try to focus and get good things. And condensed resin really helps for when you're doing artifact domains. It will give you a bonus reward, which is super helpful. And then when you're done using a certain team, make sure to switch back to your regular team because it can be really helpful. Like I used Zhongli and swapped out the weapon. And if you play on a computer like me, please make sure not to accidentally use your burst. It is so annoying. And please don't choose artifacts that aren't like good, but like you just want them to match your character. Please do not do that. Those are super bad. I used to do that when I first started playing, and my builds were not good. Make sure to have, if you are fancy, like kind of fancy like me, you should put a limit of how much things you have, so then you won't run out. And also make sure to collect pretty much almost everything you see, and definitely look at artifacts, because if you don't have many artifacts like me, it could be really bad. But you should look at if there's a new character coming out and you see the leaks, then you can definitely figure out what the character is going to be, their element, and what type of character they're gonna be. Like Focalors is going to be a Hydro support, and she's gonna be really strong, so I want to give her Hydro support artifacts, aka I'm pretty sure the Sea Dyed Court or Ocean Hued Clam. And it is super nice. And make sure to get a bunch of them. Make sure to get a lot and save and put a lock on the good ones. I don't have pretty much any supports on my team except for Xiangling and Kirara. I don't know if they count as a support, but they're my support. And so definitely make sure that your team makes sense. That's definitely what I'm saying. And like I'm saying, definitely match with people. It's very helpful. And they also will definitely might have better characters than you, but they are definitely for me because I don't have good characters. But yeah. See, I just started pretty much saving for Fontaine. I've been just spending my wishes. And make sure to focus on the recommended elements. They are super helpful because it might mean that the enemies in the domain are really good against electro, or are really bad against electro or hydro, or the elements they're gonna be. And don't spend all of your resin on things that you don't spend all of your resin on artifacts first. Pretty much try and get talent materials and a bunch of other things like that. Make sure to always have a healer on your team. They're super good. And make sure to have supports on your team, and make sure to have one main DPS. Main DPSs are super helpful. And if you die in a domain, don't leave. Don't leave. They might save you, and you might get lucky, and it might be worth it. Like me, it was 11 seconds, and I got crit rate, crit. I got crit damage, defense, HP, which is pretty good, especially if you're building DPSs. But do not try to make all of your characters DPSs. But if you're the master of builds, just go for it. I'm not, because I don't have good artifacts or good artifact luck. But now that I'm a streamer, I might get good artifacts. And make sure, if you're my AR, make sure to focus on 5-star artifacts. So try and focus on 5-star artifacts. No good. HP, defense, attack, defense. Nope, not gonna look at these. Even though I just clicked on one, doesn't mean I'm looking at one. Let me just take a sip of my drink. That's good. And definitely make sure to, if you ever are like really close to that limit and get to that limit of artifacts, just try to enhance an artifact. Any artifact. Doesn't have to be good. Okay. I'm just doing this to check. That's good for Kirara. I don't know, is that good? I'll say it's good. In my heart. And if you're trying to get a specific artifact set, work with that artifact set and try to farm for it for a couple of days, and then switch to another one. Like me, I was focusing on the Midsummer's Courtyard domain, which is honestly really good for Electro, because it gives off Electro Residence and a bunch of other stuff. And make sure to thank the people in your co-op thing for letting you in. And if you ever need help collecting stuff, because you might collect all of the things in your server, did they seriously use their burst? Okay. Oh wait. No. I'm gonna use story. And make sure to, if you need help with your build, ask a really good player, or you could just go look on YouTube. It is super helpful. Or you can look on TikTok or any social media platform. And do you guys think that a little spoilers about the new series that will be coming up soon? It is in my ceramic teapot. I've worked really hard on it. It's different from most Genshin streamers. It doesn't have to fight anything, except for us. We'll pretty much like be fighting each other during the thing, but yeah. And make sure to make sure that your limits stay up pretty much. Like my limits are usually 50. But yeah, they have to be somewhat kind of high, but they don't have to be too high. But if it's for white iron and the blue crystals, they should be above 100. But they're really hard to collect, kind of. But make sure to use Claymore characters to collect those. And yeah, there's a lot in Genshin. And make sure to follow up for the events. If you do all of the events in that version, you can get a lot of primos and a lot of XP. It is super helpful. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. And you can do a summoning ritual for them, like me. So, okay. Good artifacts, please. Good artifacts. Please. Give me the ocean-hued clam. Ocean-hued clam, 5-star. Okay. E-R. I don't know if this is good. I'm really bad. And if you do a bunch of artifact domains, at level 90 you can get a bunch of 4-star artifacts, and they could be good. Oh, now I know why they use their burst. Oh! Okay. Anyways. See, it gave me a bunch of artifacts. My artifacts used to only be to up here. It only used to be 3 rows, and now it's a bunch. It's a bunch of them. But usual streamers, they have way much more. And make sure to level up your characters. My characters aren't that leveled up because I don't really have much of the materials, but make sure to level them up. It's really helpful. And make sure to watch the Genshin live streams. They can give out leaks, they can give out codes, they can give out events. And make sure not to lock your teammates out of the domains. Which I'm most likely gonna try and lock myself out, so then I don't have to help. Ooh, not working so good. They don't see me, I don't think. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Ah, dang it. That was just a joke. You do not do that. You have to help. And plus, if you're fighting stuff that can still attack you from the outside, then you'll definitely might not get so much healing. And then they can hit you from afar, and then you can die. And make sure to do all of your daily things. It's really helpful. When you do all of your daily things, it can be really helpful. And plus, try to set some goals in Genshin and try to follow those goals. They can be super, super helpful. And definitely try to dodge attacks. And try and get enough artifacts that you can build every character that you have. So then they'll be perfectly perfect for when, and then you can be good at the Spiral Abyss. And I'm still not. Still not. Just like to say that. But yeah, always try. If I get a bad artifact, this thing ends. It still ends.